There we go. Just make sure we got the muting set up correctly. And the filtering good. Good. Cool. Yeah, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. welcome. Anyone joining on stream, feel free to follow along. Must be a lot nicer to not have to do this with a headset on, but I bring on the challenge. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Tonight's gonna be a little warm and build up a fair bit of heat. So get ready to rest and recover after. But let's start today with just some free movement. Letting you maybe rotate out the hip joint, or even just rolling the ankles or the knees out. Finding some movements. Starting to warm up slow, but finding your own pace, your own rhythm, doing whatever's fun, right? Feeling a little more loose, a little more flowy. Something unstructured to start off with before I have to go into rigid detail. I remember to turn my fan off this time, but I will still hit it once in a while. Stretching up big and tall. Leaning off to the left side. Fingertips come together and reach and extend. Plant down through both feet. Feel them connected to the floor. Squeeze the core. And then roll through center. And up to the other side. Breathe here. Engage the core and breathing deep. Then once more forward and through center. The opposite side again. As you exhale, we'll roll through the back, shift the hips forward. The opposite side once more. And back to the middle. Good. Inhale, arms out, reach and extend overhead. Exhale, dive down for our first fold. Release here. Hinge at the hips, bend at the knees. And let the stomach lay down on top of the thighs. Let the head be heavy, shoulders heavy. Release down to the floor. Again, breathe. Hold the pose, not the breath. And then one vertebrae at a time as we exhale, unwind. Coming back to standing. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, palms forward. Mountain pose. Coming back to here anytime we're standing. So mountain pose. Feel the heels below the knees and knees below the hips. Press down firmly through the heels, through the balls of the foot. Really emphasize those four corners. Lift the toes up if you can. Balance there. A fun little challenge. A slight tuck of the tail. The shoulders back, the neck long. Good. We'll head into our first round of sun salutes. Inhale, reach the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, straight legs, straight spine, palms against the shins. Reach out through the head. As we exhale, tent the fingers, step the feet back, drop the knees. Take one breath here. As we exhale, guide the chest down to the floor. Through a puppy pose. Hold for 1 breath. On an inhale, sweep the chest forward and up. Rest the hips down. Elbows come down. Starting off in just a Sphinx, slow posture. Try to hug the elbows in towards the sides. Let the shoulders fall down the back, not hunched up. Good. On an exhale, we'll lift the hips up and back, child's pose. Inhale back up through this tabletop. Exhale, step both feet forward. I'm going to do a fold once more. Inhales, reach and sweep the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, back to our mountain pose. Again, find that balance. Pressing down through the balls of the feet, pressing down through the heels. Tailbone is tucked. Standing up straight, shoulders down, palms forward. And we'll inhale and reach and extend out overhead once more. Exhale, fold. Sit the hips back. Inhale, straight legs, straight spine, half lift. Exhale, frame the feet, step, left foot back, drop the knee, untuck the toe. On an inhale, straighten out the spine, reach the arms up overhead. As you exhale, flowing forward into this crescent lunge, lowering the hips down. There's an arch in the low back. Hands can stay up overhead, or arms can come out in A pose at her side. Letting the chest feel tall and open. The neck is long, the shoulders relaxed. And lean in. Push down to the front foot for balance. And breathe. Wherever you are, we'll tent the fingers, frame the front foot. And as you exhale, guide the hips back, straighten out the front leg. Come into a half split. Good. On an inhale, shifts forward once more. Exhale, front foot meets the back. And we'll go through that same flow once more. Breathe 1 breath in, walk the fingertips forward, and as you exhale, lower the chest down, keep the hips high. Stay for 1 breath. On an inhale, drop the elbows, sweep the chest forward and up. Lower the hips for Sphinx. And stay here for 2 breaths. On an exhale, we'll guide the hips up and back. For child's pose briefly. Good. And inhale back through that tabletop. Exhale, step. Now this time the left foot forward. And again, we can stay down here if you want to, or come up. For our crescent lunge, starting up high. Inhale, arms reach out and up. And exhale, sink the hips forward and down. Chest stays up, shoulders drop down. Stay up here or lower down to an A pose. Palms forward. Thinking about squeezing the inner legs, inner thighs towards each other to help create some balance. Press down firmly through the front foot. Not needing to grip with the toes. Use the whole foot for balance. Good, and we'll inhale, bring the fingertips forward, frame the front foot. And again, exhale, guide the hips back, straighten out the front leg, come onto the heel of it as we go into our half split. And just in this posture, looking for a stretch in the hamstring. A bend in the knee is totally fine. Focusing on that flexion point of the hip. And a firm grip of the heel on our mat. Creating some tension at the two different ends of the leg. Good, on an inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, step this time back, foot to meet front, forward fold once more. Inhale, arms reach out and up. And exhale, return to our mountain pose. At any point you need to stop and get some water, feel free. Good. Next level, sun salute. Inhale, arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, straight leg, straight spine. Half lift. As you exhale, sit the hips down, lift the arms up. Chair pose. In chair pose, again, tuck the tail under, squeeze the core for stability. Don't let the back do all the work here. Squeeze the glutes, the core, the low back, everything that's holding you up. Push down through the feet. And you lift the arms up overhead. Bring the shoulders down the back, not bunched up against the ears. And breathe. Palms come together for stability. On a breath in, shift the weight over to the left foot and exhale. Step the right foot back, starting off in a high lunge. Pivot on the back foot, 45 degrees. Dropping the heel down to roughly line up with the front heel. Settling up for warrior one. To come into this posture fully, so we'll feel that back leg opening the hips to the side. Try to drive and guide the hips straight forward while keeping that back foot rooted down at that 45 angle. Pushing down to the outer edge of the foot as well. Trying to get the front leg bent at 90 and 90. 90 at the knee, 90 at the hip. Settle here. Our arms can reach out and up overhead. Just breathing here for a bit. Feeling the heat building in the legs. Hello, welcome. Feel free to join for some yoga. From this warrior one position, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, shift the back foot now to 90 degrees, so perpendicular to the front. The back arch, trying to line up with the front heel. Now, no full body needed. You're welcome to join no matter what. Once that heel is lined up, we'll push down through the outer edge of the back foot, hips aligned to the side of the mat, sink down to that front leg. Again, trying to get that 90-90 with the knee and the hip. Squeeze through the glutes here. So squeezing through the glutes creates this opening sensation in the hips, pulling the hips open and pointing them forward. We can stay arms here, arms out to the side, either or. Gaze can be off to the side or turned towards the front. Yeah, no need for full body here. Now from this pose, we'll shift to a reverse warrior. Flip the front palm over. As you exhale, drop the back hand down to rest just around the back knee. And inhale, lift up through the front hand. Exhale again, settle in. Feeling a stretch along the side body, up the arm. You can reach straight up or you can continue to arch back, up to you. If you ever need to take a break, you can also just straighten out the front leg for a moment, catch your breath. In fact, speaking of, we'll shift from here to our triangle pose. So straighten out the front leg. Keep the front leg straight, foot still pointed forward. Arms first go through our warrior two. And then we reach and extend as we exhale as far as you can over that front foot until you finally need to fold down. Palm can rest on your thigh or on your shin or all the way to the floor, whatever works in your practice. And breathe. Good. On an exhale, bend the front knee, bring the fingers down to the floor, drop the back knee down, step the front foot to meet the back through our tabletop. And again, that same sequence. As I exhale, we walk the fingertips forward, lower the ribs, keep the hips high. Stay here for one full breath. Inhale, drop the elbows down, drill the chest forward and up, drop the hips down. A nice passive pose. Sphinx posture, elbows hugging towards the side. Neck is tall and long, shoulders aren't bunched up, but down the back. On an exhale, guide the hips up and back for child's pose. Hips come down on top of the ankles. Hands stay forward and reaching. Yeah, then we'll work through the opposite side. Inhale yourself back up to our low tabletop. Exhale this time, stepping the right foot forward. Left foot stays back. Now from here, tuck the toes of the back leg, lift the knee up off the ground, push up through that front foot, come to our high lunge. And again, same for our warrior one. Back foot down at 45 degrees, lining up the heels together. Trying to align the heels together. Push down through all 4 corners of the back foot, all 4 of the front. Twist the hips to face the front as you do, squaring the hips to the front of the mat. Inhale the arms out and up. Reach and extend. And again, you settle in with a strong, tall spine, trying to get that 90-90 in the front leg. Plenty of things to focus on here. Keeping the hips squared forward, pushing down through the feet, resting the shoulders down the back, engaging the core. Good, but take a deep breath in. As we exhale, pivot now on that back foot, perpendicular to the front, turn to the side, arms T-pose, gaze comes forward if you wish, settle in, and again engage and squeeze the glutes to help open the hips. Try to keep the spine straight up and down over the hips. Good. On an inhale, we'll flip the front palm, drop the back hand down to rest against the back thigh. Reach the front hand up. You can be straight up, or you can continue to arch it back, up to you. Same thing as our warrior two, squeeze the glutes, hips open to the side. As you inhale, straighten out the front leg, arms back to our T-pose. Exhale, reach and extend over that front leg as far as you can until folding. Again, palm can rest on the thigh or the shin or all the way down to the floor. Whatever works for you. Hips still opening. Good, and we'll inhale back up. As you exhale, I'll demonstrate this just turned around. As you exhale, turn the front foot to line up with the back. So legs stay open wide. And we can stay in this wide-legged position. Or inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, sit the butt back, hinge at the hips. Arms reach forward, eventually folding. Tent the fingertips of the left hand down. Taking the right hand underneath the left arm and reach for the shin on that left leg. Just a light spinal twist. On an exhale, we'll undo it, return center. This time planting the right hand down. Same side twisting, but this time opening the left arm up to the side. Gaze to the side. Always breathing, never holding the breath, only holding the pose. As we exhale, we'll release the fingers down. And this time, keeping that right hand down. On an exhale, reach the left arm across to the right leg. Grab onto the shin. And twist. Good, we'll exhale, unwind back through center. Tent the left hand down. Inhale, and as you exhale, open now the right hand up to the side. Twist once more. Getting that mid back into our twist here as well. On an exhale, unwind. I'm going to work our way from here down. So first, bend the knees, step the feet in close to the body, lower the hips down, deep yogi squat. Feet planted firmly. Now, I have one posture I want to work towards today. I'm going to walk you through this. We're not going to go fully into it for your own safety, but a fun pose I love doing is crow pose. Any kind of arm balance pose or flying poses are a lot of fun for my practice. And I think we can introduce this one in a safe way here. So to do this pose though, you'll need to have your whole hands available. So if you have controllers, recommend either putting them to the side or moving them to your wrists. And from here, we're going to work our way palms down, flat and pointed forward. Elbows are in between the legs to start with. Shift the weight forward so that we put a little more emphasis on to the palms. Push through the feet as you bring the hips up high. Heel toe the feet in. And keep thinking about the weight shifting more and more towards those palms. On an exhale, bend the knees and guide the knees up towards the armpits. Once they get up there, this might also just be enough, but you can also bend the elbows and rest the shins and the knees on against the tricep. This is a perfectly fine stopping point. The farthest I'd like to push today is, if you were comfortable, just bringing one foot up off the ground and then pushing it back down. And then the opposite, and back down. So the hips sit nice and high, the knees push up against the armpits, shoulders come down, and the weight starts to shift onto the arms. We'll stay here for one more breath. On your exhale, lower the hips back down. Support yourself with the hands. And let the bum come all the way down to the floor. Experiencing a brief little bit of flight for fun. Now, I don't recommend pushing further with that in VR just because landing face first in VR is a lot more expensive than landing face first in an IRL class. So we'll stop there for now. Now, once we're down on our seat, let's work on some hip opening. So walk the feet open as wide as is comfortable. A bend in the knees here, totally fine. Focus on those two bony bits of the hips, just nice and connected to the mat. That could mean your feet need to come in a little more. If that's comfortable, just check in with your body. Wherever is comfortable, focusing on not letting the feet fall inwards, but instead opening out through the hips. So engaging through the hips to open the legs wide. And you can probably guess where we're going from here. We'll take a deep breath in. Keeping that slight bend in the knee, focus on your groin, don't cause any discomfort. If you find discomfort, feel free to back off a bit or bring the feet in closer. But as you exhale, begin to walk the fingertips forward, lower the chest down, and fold. Finding how far is comfortable in your practice. Consistent yoga practice, you get to know your body. That means you know your limits. I don't know your limits, so I can't tell you them. Again, still working on keeping those hips open. Inhale, begin to slowly walk the fingertips back towards you. Engage the core as you lift upright. As you exhale, let's take that right leg in, bend the knee, press the bottom of the right foot against your thigh. Deep breath in. Reach the arms out and up, and as we exhale, twist to the left, framing that long leg, and fold forward. Hands can come to the toes or down on the floor by the ankle or shin, or even all the way up by the knee or thigh. Finding where you have to settle to keep the hips connected to the floor, to keep that twist in the spine. Focusing on hinging with the hips and guiding the chest down. Lead with the chest, not with the head. Once you find that limit, once you're in it and you feel that stretch, breathe deep into the core and the abdomen. Take a couple of deep breaths here. As we inhale, walk the hands back towards you. And then exhale, reach left hand out to the outside of the foot. Reach the right hand up overhead. If you can grab the foot, go for it. If you can't, it's okay to come back up a little higher. Once you're here and you've come as far as you can, reach with that lifted arm over you, keeping the chest rolled open. Trying to lean down as if you want both hands to reach that foot while the chest stays open. Deep side body stretch. As we exhale, we'll roll the chest down, Come through center. Walk the fingertips back and upright. Briefly, we'll bring the soles of both feet together. Settle into a butterfly pose. And rest the hands on your calves, or you can hook the fingertips around the big toe. And just settle here for a moment. And then when you're ready, we'll open the right foot out to the side. Bring the sole of the left foot against the thigh once more. Noticing any difference here? Is it any more difficult to keep the hips down? Is it any easier to keep the hips down? Inhale, the arms reach out and up. Twist to the right, face that foot. And as you exhale, lean forward. You can reach for the toes. Also just reach for the floor by the shins or the knee. Again, once you find where you're going to settle in, where your limits are, those deep belly breaths can be used to help create extra space. Again, guiding the chest down, not leading with the head, leading with the chest. The hips still connected to the floor. Inhale, walk fingertips back. Exhale, reach right hand, the outside of the right foot. Left hand up towards the sky, chest open wide. Again, you're welcome to stay here, or keeping the chest open wide, reach that left arm overhead, lean and open the side body as you're starting to head towards the foot with both hands. Chest stays open wide. And forward. Deep side body stretch. Good. As we exhale, we'll roll forward through center. Walk the fingertips back towards the body, come upright. And feet together, straight in front of you. We'll take one round of boat for some core strength today. Well, I call it one round. It's a bit of a compound buildup, but we'll start chest upright. Glutes again, those hips connected to the floor. And stay here. Now, first level, focusing on hip flexor strength. Try to keep that straight L from the hips and the legs up to the midsection, the chest. Straighten out as much as you can the right leg, and then try to lift that ankle up off the mat without losing that L at your midsection. So deep engaging in the hip flexor and then release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Whew. Inhale, lift. Last time, and exhale, release. Other side. Straighten out the left leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And it may be subtle. Inhale, lift, depending on your hip flexor strength. Exhale, release. Mine are a little weak. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And then we'll shift towards our boat. Lean the chest back, spine stays straight. We can stay here. Level 1. Level 2, lift the heels up off the mat. Find your limit. We can stay here, engage the core, or we can bring the hands up as well and balance on the butt. Level 3, and level 4, straightening out those front legs. Breathe. Last big bit of heat build up. And as you exhale, bring the heels down, unwind the spine, lay on the back. Rest and release. Let everything go. Take a deep breath in down here. And as you exhale, draw the knees in towards the chest, hug the knees in. Give them a nice tight hug. And you can stay here, you can roll around on the spine a little bit. Maybe rolling forward and back, or side to side. And eventually we're going to draw both the knees and the ankles together. Open the arms to a T. And as you exhale, guide the knees over to the right. Bringing the knees towards the ground. Just enough to feel a stretch in the low back. A couple of variations we can do here as well. You can straighten out the top leg. It'll create a little more pull. The leg acting as a lever. Pull the hip open wider. Pull the low back a little more. It's one option. Option 2, with both knees bent, we can try and take that right ankle and wrap it around the left knee. Then use that weight, now that hooked leg. Try and open the side. Or we can just keep the knees together. As you exhale, begin to unwind and bring the spine back down, the knees stay bent. Bring the soles of the feet together, feet down towards the floor, and let the knees open wide. Reclined butterfly. And bring the knees back together and lift them back up. One deep breath. And on your exhale, knees to the opposite side. Arms stay open to a T. Chest tries to stay open to the ceiling. And again, we can stay here with just the knees bent. We can straighten out that top leg to really create more of a lever. Or we can bring the ankle of the left foot around onto the right knee and pull down towards the floor. I'm going to go shift the music for us real quick. I'll be right back. Stay here and breathe. On our next exhale, we'll bring the knees back up once more. This time straightening the legs out. Arms reach up towards the toes. Lift the shoulders up off the mat. Breathe and hold. And we'll take one last big exhale as we open the feet up wider than the hips and bring them down to the floor. Hands open up wider than the shoulders, palms pointed up towards the ceiling. As we settle in for corpse pose, if you'd like to before settling in, if you're wearing your headset and you need like a pillow or anything to make it more comfortable, you're welcome to grab one. If you need some water, you're welcome to grab it. And take a moment here to settle in as we begin to close out our practice. I see you there, Bug. Bug, thanks for coming by. You had a good day. So once you're settled in here, you're ready, we'll do some progressive relaxation. Try and slow the body down. Starting all the way down at the feet. So squeeze the feet, squeeze the toes in, engage the ankles, point the feet forward, squeeze, 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 breathe it in. As you exhale, let that tension go. Let them release completely, as if the breath leaving you removed all strength and control from the muscles. Moving up the legs as we breathe in, engaging calves, the shins, maybe the thighs, the hamstrings and glutes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. As you exhale again, let it all go. Completely and totally released. Moving on to the midsection. This will be a bit more difficult as we breathe in, squeezing the core, engaging the abdominals, the low back. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale. Let it all go. Every time we exhale, take a moment to let your breath return to normal. And moving on to the chest, the upper torso, squeeze and engage the pecs muscles, squeezing the upper back muscles, the shoulders. Engage and squeeze. And exhale. Let it go. Moving down the arms, bunching the fingers up into a fist, squeezing the wrist, forearms, at the elbows, squeezing the biceps, the triceps, tight and strong. To exhale, gently, let it all go. And moving up to the muscles in the neck and the face, clenching the jaw, squeezing in the muscles of the face like you just bit a sour lemon. Everything squeezing in. And then wide open mouth, exhale, let it go. Now imagining as you close your eyes, all of the tension of the mind, all the stress from the day and the work we've done, squeezing and squeezing on it, breathing in, tightening on it. And then as you exhale, let all of that tension, all of that worry, all of that stress loosen. Soften your grip. Let go. You've done a very good job today. Showing up for yourself, showing up for your practice. Now we can just rest. Something to focus on your breathing, or scan the body, find anywhere that's holding on to tension, and try and direct it to just let go. As always, you're welcome to stay here as long as you wish, enjoying the rest and quiet. When you're ready, you can start to wake the body back up bit by bit, moving the wrists, the ankles, fingertips, toes, rolling out the elbows. Taking a deep breath as we inhale the arms up overhead, point the fingers, point the toes, stretch. And exhale and come through a little fetal posture, rolling over onto the side. And again, you can stay here, or when you're ready, you can work your way up to a seat. Taking your time, setting your own pace, and your own expectations. thank you for all your time today. Bring the palms together in front of the heart for one last breath in. And exhale and let your practice go. Let me sign off here real quick. Thank you everybody for coming today. Have a good rest of your night. We'll see you again real soon. Bye.